like hunting, fishing, and the great outdoors, then come along today with Dave Embry in search of the world's greatest outdoor adventures. You'll go all over the world, from Alaska to South America, Canada to Mexico, in search of the most elusive and dangerous game in the world. This is Dave Embry's Adventures in the Wild.
It must be Ron and Levon.
Hi, Dave. Glad to meet you.
Hi,
My wife, Mayron.
Yeah, good to see you finally. We've talked on the phone so much, oh.
You bet. How was the trip?
Oh, it's great. Look at this. It's beautiful weather. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Great for fishing.
No rain anyway, is it?
No rain, great for fishing.
Got that new Jeep fired up and came across here. It's beautiful. Couldn't have been any better.
Fantastic.
Great.
Well, come on in.
Good, okay.
Okay.
Let's do it. Go ahead. Age before beauty, I always say, Ron.
Well, I could make a comment.
Dave, this is the upper.
Oh, man, this is nice. Yeah. Oh, what a view.
We built this ourselves. We timbered the,
That's
did all
gorgeous.
the timbering and brought it all in. skidded
Man,
the box.
wouldn't that be nice to look at that view every day?
Most of these trophies that you see came from right around here local,
Oh, yeah?
too. And all the materials and the logs and things are all nice local materials.
Did you build this yourself, Ron, really?
Yeah, we built all
Hey, how you
ourselves.
doing?
How are you?
I'm Dave Embry.
Happy to meet you.
Dave, I'm Jerry Johnson.
Jerry, good to
Wife,
meet you.
Carol.
Hi, Carol.
And little girl, Mariah.
Hi, Mariah. Well, I like your t-shirt. Isn't that nice? Did you make that? Well, that's pretty good. Are you guys ready to do some fishing?
You bet. You ready?
Is there any fish around here anywhere?
Oh, we got a lot of them, and a lot of pretty scenery, and nice cool weather, and mountain lakes and streams. We have a lot of fun up there.
Good,
Jerry's
good.
with the Federation of Fly Fishermen.
Oh, good. You gonna teach me how to fly fish?
Well, we'll give it a try.
Okay. Boy, that's a beautiful bear. Where'd he come from?
Nice bear.
Oh, he's a nice local bear. He came from about just 3 or 4 miles up here from the lodge above the
Is that
ranch
right?
right here.
Oh, this is a great place. All these animals across the wall, big mule deer and elk, goats. Where did the goats come from around here somewhere?
No, that's not indigenous to the area.
Okay,
We
I
went
didn't
up to
think
British
so.
Columbia for the goat. However, they
Uh-huh.
do hunt goat here.
That's where I was supposed to have been last week.
sorry.
But it didn't work out that way.
And
Oh.
of course the caribou. was
Sure,
up in
sure.
BC.
In velvet. Beautiful. Oh, that's great.
But all of the others.
Oh, man, you got hot tub rooms and everything. Oh, this is a gorgeous lodge.
Great.
Whew.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to get started. I'm going to go get my gear out if it's ready and
I'm ready to go,
get
too.
the line on it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Those
Let's
fish
do
are
it.
jumping, so let's go
All right.
present a fly
I'll go
to
grab it. It
them.
won't take but a minute. Well, Jerry, tell me, when we're fishing on a pond or lake, what's the difference between fishing there and fishing in fast water?
Well, on a pond or lake, we kind of have to look for rising fish or fish that are swimming through an area and then coming back in an area. Feeding path is what they call that.
Okay.
If we can find that and look for the rising fish, then we have a clue of where we can find fish.
So mostly we're looking for trying to find the fish. Just like you would in fast water, you're still trying to find the fish.
Exactly.
And seeing where they're at and what they're feeding on.
Yeah, we'll also look for points and rocks, things like that. It's just a little different way of looking at the water than in the stream. The stream comes right out and jumps at you. In a pond or lake, it doesn't do that.
What about like on this particular pond here? What are you going to look at on this pond when you fish it today?
Okay, I'm looking at the points along the bushes on the far side.
Okay.
We've got a lot of underwater growth, and I'm also looking for rising fish.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see if it works.
Okay, well, we'll give it a try.
Oh, yay! Spinner fishing should sure be fun. I just got a little spinner on here on this one when I caught it. He's going down deep in that moss and that growth down there. Look at him. Woo! He's a pretty rainbow. Nice one. Look at him. Woo-hoo! Look at this fish. Oh, Lord, look at that. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Woo, Lordy. Oh, boy. Man, it gives you a good fight. He's trying to tangle himself up around the weeds down there. Boy, you sure got some nice ones in this pond of yours, Ron.
Beautiful trout in here.
Look
Big
at
old
it.
rainbows.
Well, you know, you shoot. I'm using a little 4-pound test on this spinning rod. And I even broke my tip a while ago on one. Look at that one roll right there. Good grief. Really gives you a good. Look at the colors in that fish. Isn't he beautiful? Hey. Look at this. Oh, look at this fish. Look at this. Good Lordy. Is that beautiful or what? That's what it's all about. This was little maps. You don't always have to fly fish, and I guess there's a lot of controversy between what's more successful, spinner fishing or fly fishing. I guess it's just whatever you like doing the most. They say a really good fly fisherman may even catch more than a good spinner bait fisherman, but whatever you like to fish with, just go ahead and use it, and the main thing is to get out there and do it. It's nothing like the excitement of getting one of these big boys in. Oh, Lord. Let's get him back in the water. He is beautiful. Well, it sure looks like a good area.
Boy, it is a good area. It's a nice area.
Whew. I can't believe the temperature today. It's fantastic.
Well, this is going to be a great day, isn't it? This is a great day for fishing.
What do you think about this stretch of water here, Jerry?
Well, this is a really nice stretch of water, Dave. We got a nice pool and flat down here, a riffle right above it, and we got a long riffle going into an undercut bank there with some shadow along the side of it.
And when you say riffle, Jerry, what are you talking about specifically?
I'm talking about the broken water.
Where it's hitting the rocks, maybe
Hitting
a
the
little
rocks,
shallow, the
yeah,
water's coming
bouncing
across
around it because the fish can lay in there, and there's a lot of air, and
Yeah.
it's cooler there.
Okay.
The river goes on up in here to this little kind of a partial beaver dam. We got some water below that. That's a kind of a riffle. We'll get some fish looking around in there, and up above it there's a nice deep hole behind that dam where it'll be cool and nice during the day.
So if we're fishing this piece here, let's go back to this part right here you were talking about where we got some little riffle up here. So we'll probably go fish that little riffle.
Exactly.
Right before the river, upstream of the riffle, or behind it.
We'll start down below the riffle and kind of work our way up. We'll hit along the undercut bank there.
Will the trout like to stay in the riffle, or
Yeah, they'll hang right in the riffles, Dave, and they'll be looking in that riffle because there's food coming down that channel.
Okay.
And it's cooler in there. There's a lot of nice oxygen for them, and that's a really good place on most any river to look for fish, is in that broken riffle water.
Okay. Well, we got several of those up through here.
Yeah, this is a good piece of water
So we can work our way from here just for work upstream. Is it typically better to work upstream or downstream?
In a river of this size, Dave, it's a lot better to work upstream because you're not going to be scaring fish so much. You'll be behind them. Working downstream, of course, you'll scare them. They'll see you a little easier.
Okay.
But
you can cast upstream too and sort of let the fly work back down.
Exactly. You've got the point. That's just what we're doing. The current will work for us then, rather than against us.
Okay. Now, if we take after that little riffle, if we're working our way on up this particular little stream here, and this stream is coming out of the mountains, the high country, back in through here and working back down through the valley here. Coming back up to there, what's the next point you see that would be a good spot
Well,
to
there's
hit?
a bush over there on that far side,
Okay,
Dave.
the one's overhanging the water there a little
bit. It gets some overhanging cover in there. It looks like there might be a little undercut bank.
Little shadow there already.
Yeah, right to the back of that bush. So I'd be sure and have a fly go through there 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Because there should be some trout hanging in that shadow and maybe under that undercut bank.
Trout do like the shadows.
They like the shadows because they're afraid of things above them. And when they get the shadow and something covering above them, then they feel a little more secure. You got it.
Okay, so we're going to hit that overhang there. Then what do you think next? Coming up to the beaver dam?
Well, we'll hit that overhang, but we want to really hit that riffle right in there pretty good because that's a nice, fairly long riffle all the way down from the beaver dam all the way around. We want to work that broken water, that aerated water again, because that's where the fish are going to be.
So faster the water's moving, there's more air, oxygen in the water, and the trout are going to like that
Yeah,
too,
we don't want the big white water situation because obviously we can't hold flies in there. We want this nice, gentle, broken, the pastoral scene that you think about. You bet. And then I would assume along the bank closest to us, we're going to have some shadows, some undercut, and we'll work that pretty well.
What about cover? Do fish like cover? Do they like the weeds that are growing up in through here next to the water?
Well, the weeds are not a real particular hangout. They'll hang close to them if they can get underneath those weeds.
Okay.
They look for rocks, things that they can get behind or under.
I see.
Or close
so they're
to.
not like a bass or a lot of other bait fish where they might go back up and hide up into the cover
That's right. You won't
brush.
find a lot of trout in there. In a river, they stay where the oxygen is and where there's a flow of water to them.
Okay. So then getting on up to the beaver dam then, what about the hole behind the beaver dam? Should there be something sitting in there, or is that a little too slow?
There might be a fish going in there. I see that the current is a back eddy in there.
It's coming around and coming back, washing back in.
And there may be a fish facing downstream rather than upstream.
Facing the current, right.
Because there may be some food coming into that fish, and as it goes in, that current going into that bank splits. So we want to kind of look at that bank along there, too. There might be a fish holding in there.
Okay, good.
You're reading the water really well here, Dave.
Okay, so we're working our way on back up past the dam. What about in front of the dam?
Okay, right in the back.
Pretty still water
yeah.
there on the against the opposite bank.
Yeah, there might be a fish hole in there because there's a little current in there, but not a lot. I would maybe put a fly in there a couple of times, but really wouldn't work it too hard.
Okay.
I'm sort of let's not waste cast where we're not going to catch fish.
Use your time to the best advantage.
Exactly.
We're back to an overhang there, another bushy, brushy overhang there with that overhanging bank there.
Yeah, now we're coming down in behind the beaver pond. There's going to be some fish up in there. I'll almost guarantee that because it's a nice spot. They can run back down to the dam for cover if they need it. It's cool. There's aerated water coming in there. That's just a perfect spot.
Perfect spot. So that's our out of this whole system right here. You're going to pick that as our best spot right there.
That and this riffle down below are two most likely spots, the way I look at it, Dave.
Then run on back up. We're doing the same stuff over again.
Yeah.
We got the basic riffles again, the water.
Riffle,
a few more overhanging brushes and several more riffles up through there.
Yeah, I think you're going to catch some fish. We're both going to catch some fish down in this water.
A little holding pond behind us we might even try.
Yeah, there you go, Dave.
Let's go give it a try down there.
Okay, that looks good to me.
Jerked him out of the water. Big one, Jared.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. There you go one. Hey, get him in. Oh, he's a nice one too. He's a good one. Woo. Get him in here. Oh, that's a nice one. He's a good 10, 11 inches long. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Hold him up there.
Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful fish, beautiful fish.
I'm down fishing all this day.
They are pretty. That's all the markings on them.
They are just real pretty.
Just gorgeous. The red spots and all that. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, good. What a hole, huh? What a hole. Good hole.
Fish up in that hole, I think.
Man, that's a nice one, Jerry.
Good fish.
Good one. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
You bet. This is what it's about.
Now the gentleman jumping behind you there's a brush.
Hey, well, let's go. Let's get them, guys.
Ron just had one. It jumped off.
This is a lively one. Come here. Come on now. Whoa, there he goes.
Here he comes. That was a good one. That was a good one. Well, you got another one? Oh, man.
Another good fish.
I mean, they're going, good grief, that's a nice one. Woo!
That's a good fish.
I'm going to quit stopping tying these flies on here.
Well, you got to either catch fish or you're going to tie flies on it. What is it here, Dave?
I don't know. You're not giving me enough time to get my fly in the water. Oh, he's a nice one. Beautiful. Beautiful fish. That's a funky little fish in this creek.
You bet. Nice brown trout. Well, come here. Let's come to you, buddy.
Oh, isn't that a nice fish? Come back. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
That's a good fish. You betcha. He's a good fish.
That's what we're here for.
You betcha.
Real good one.
Nice fish. Good fish.
Beautiful.
Glad to
Well, he's
get
got to fight. Yeah, let's get him back in.
You betcha. Good fish. Thanks for fishing. He's got a little weight to him, too.
That's the size we like to see. What are some of the basic equipment we need for fly fishing?
Fly fishing, we want to want to have a rod, a reel, line, and leader. We've got to have some flies, of course.
Right.
We're going to fly fish, and some boots or waders that get you by. And there's other accessories that we want and we'll want to have with us, but those are the basic things you need. And,
But like any other sport, too, with fishing or in hunting or anything else, there's also a lot of little toys we like to gather, too. And we're going to try to tell the people what is necessary, more or less. We need we really don't even have to have a reel. Some people actually fish without a reel, but put a rod and a reel, the basic fly line, leader and flies are going to be the basic. And of course, if you're going to get out into the waters like we really need to do for most trout fishing, we need some sort of wading equipment. I'm using hip boots because these are my old faithful boys, and my feet are so molded by these boots. If I didn't wear them, I couldn't get by. And I know you're wearing a little different outfit there.
Yeah, wearing some waders. Waders are second nature to me, like your boots are.
Right.
I always fish in waders. For some fishing that people do, just some boots to keep their feet dry along the bank, because a lot of fly fishing can be done from bank on some of the smaller things, and just to keep your feet dry. But the basic thing, like we say, a rod, a reel. A reel's just a place to hold the line, you know, and a leader and some flies, and you can be in business.
Show us one there.
You bet, that'll be no problem. You want to take and get the line out the end of the rod first. Let me get some line out here in the water.
Okay.
Okay, we got the line.
I'm gonna get back over here out of the way and
Stand right there, Dave, so I don't get you with the line.
Right.
Got the line coming down. We lift it off, take it back, and right forward.
Okay.
Nice and gentle. Real simple cast. I'm not throwing a lot of line. You don't have to throw a lot of line.
Sure.
Because the longer the line out there, the more you've got to pick up when a fish strikes it. And if it's too far away, you can't do it. So just start the rod about 9, take it up, stop it, and bring it back down.
Okay.
Real easy cast.
Good. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
We'll trot over here. We got a little bit of water.
You bet. Let's show this roll cast just a little bit more.
Okay. And go back up this way.
Okay. Get some line out here. Get the line in the water. Pick it up, drape the line, and then just hammer it on over.
You're not really whipping it back. You're just slowly bringing the line back up.
Just drape it.
Then whipping it forward.
Pop it over.
Okay.
And you can put outline this way too. As you notice, I'm putting out more line on each cast.
Mm-hmm.
And you can work outline this way if you need to.
Just keep throwing it out further and further.
Drape it, roll it over. And you can see the line visually rolling out there. Sure. If you watch just the line, you can see it just rolling itself over the top of itself.
That's great. Well, Jerry, I sure do appreciate it, and we'll get that line in. Let's go up here and
let's do that.
I'm getting hungry. It's time to go catch a few of these trout.
Let's
appreciate all the good information you got. And I know all the years you served with the Federation of Fly Fishermen that it's paid off, and let's go show it to me now.
Okay.
Hey, Ron, how are we going to fish these little streams like this?
Okay, when we fish these little mountain streams, they got a lot of little brook trouts in them.
Mm-hmm.
We look at the flow of the current and the holes. These fish, they've got good eyesight, and we got a lot of light right now. We're watching as we see it turn there in the bend, and you can see the dark spots in the water. We got a deep hole there, and then right there on the turn of the bend, the grass coming in the water, we got an overlying bank. We'll come back around here, even though we got to be a little careful. We sneak, and crawling's not a bad idea. Stay low, come in on those willows to where we don't get hung up in them, and then we lay our fly out on that water right there on the bend, and let it float through, rip it, and you watch that fly, and those little boys, usually the biggest fish in the hole, will come up and hit you.
Got another one down there.
And they come up and hit it, and you set your hook, and they set pretty good, and you can pick them off. If they get up and see you lots of times won't catch them because they may lay there, and you can see the fish in the water. You can see them there now.
What makes the difference in this stream versus a larger stream? She's having a fun time with it.
Well, the biggest difference is we're dealing with smaller body of water and less movement. It's pretty still, and so the light that really coming through, and they can see just like we can see back. No predators or enemy. We don't have it, and so sound is more available to them here because of the volume. But they really are hungry, feeding little things. They're a fun one. If you learn to be cautious with them, you'll catch fish in the bigger waters a lot easier once you got master these.
It's real stickable. These is like we do a game animal almost when we're hunting.
Yeah, some of that comes really into it. If your hunting instincts and your sneaking really work to it, and then you read your water.
Right.
To see how it works there.
Let's give it a try. See if we can.
Okay, let's just come right around here then.
Let's work this whole area here. Okay. Oh, there's one. Oh, aren't they pretty? Not real big, but nice fish. Beautiful little fish. You got one too? You hung up, Mayron. Let's look at this little brookie. Well, when are we eating fish? Tonight or tomorrow? For breakfast, isn't that beautiful? Oh look at this. It's a little brook trout. Out there from spinning.
There's one coming up to it. He hit it. We got him.
Hey.
You just pop that hook right in them and get them out sometimes and hold them. You can fight them a little, but these little fish, these great panfish, they just come out pretty quick when you're setting that hook because they're light. They're great eating and they're just fun to catch. They give you a lot of action. You can release them if they're small and catch another one. Pretty, a lot of color on that little fish. See when it hit the sun there.
Gorgeous.
Great, and boy, they don't come better for food. These are real prolific little fish too. They produce a lot of them in the stream, so give people a lot of action, a lot of excitement.
Good morning, Ron. Oh, you bet. Did you see him?
Yeah.
She walked right up over here and walked around. I heard something. I thought maybe you were up getting ready to start the fire or something. And I looked in the tent there, and she was coming right out through here and walked back around through there and just right at the tent there. Just sat there and looked. She looked over and looked at me, looking out.
She was watching me get the horses taken care of.
And look at what we got going this morning. Woo, that's a hot handle too. We got the little brookies cooking this morning. Oh yeah. Woo. Little hot cakes on there, man. I tell you what, I just love it. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful scenery out here. Mayron's out getting the horses ready to go this morning. We're going to ride up a little higher.
We'll go up to Lake Diane and see if we can catch some of those bigger cutthroats this morning.
All right.
Enjoy. Fantastic up there right near the Continental Divide.
Oh, boy. Right up there, then head back. Well, good. I better get my fishing pole ready because I know those cutthroats are going to be waiting for me.
Yeah, they'll be up there ready.
Well, if you like fishing and hunting, y'all always try to come to the state of Wyoming. The Platt guides and outfitters do you a good job of both taking you to some great backcountry like this for some fishing, or taking you on some fantastic hunts for elk and mule deer and bear and lots of other things up here. We're getting ready to head up through those mountains up there and try to find a few cutthroat trouts. Come on with us. Okay, we're up here at Lake Diane. As you can see, we're well past the Continental Divide. The high mountain lakes like this, or this particular one, oh, look at that one there going there. Goodness gracious. Full of cutthroat trout, great trout. The one I just caught, they got my fly quite wet, and I need to get this fly dried off. I'm putting a little bit of this actual silicone line floating on here, and just taking a little bit and going down my leader, see, and just rubbing it down. It'll help let your leader float above the water. The fly, of course, we're going to have to just dry it out. We're going to check it, make sure the barb and hook's still okay. We're going to dry it out by just doing some casting to get some room here. And that's a lot of times when you see the fly fishermen that are just making the cast back and forth, not hitting the water, a lot of times you're either trying to let line out and get more line, or we're trying to dry the fly out. In this case, this fly got really wet because it was in the water for quite a while fighting that last trout. So I'm going to flip it back and forth for 15, 20, 30 times, just depending on how much it takes. Drop it on the water, give it a try. It's floating, and that's what we're looking for. Now we just want the trout to hit it. He's trying, oh, look at this one right here. Look at this one. Oh, come on, fella. Yeehaw, come here, buddy. Isn't that a beautiful fish? Nothing like it. Cutthroat trout. Look at here. Is that a beautiful fish or what? Come on over here, fella. That was my second cast in this beautiful lake. Is that a beautiful fish? Is that a beautiful fish? Whew. That's what it's all about. Gosh. Whew, we're going to let him go.
Come on, little fella. Hey, you're a beauty. Come on in. Boy, it's got a nice little fight, these little old mountain ones. The water's nice and cold, and they got a good fight to them.
Yeah, you got
a lot of color.
Where you get that calm place. That's good.
There we go. We're going to release this fella. Let him have another round of it so we won't take him clear out of the water. Let's bring him up here and take a look at him. Then we're going to get him back in the water here so he can handle this. Get our hand wet so we don't hurt him.
Fly fishing strategies can be just as hard or just as easy as you want to make them. You can go out for a fun afternoon with just some very basics to learn how to fly fish, or you can make it as hard as you want to. Strategies for catching trout. Once again, you can use a fly rod and fly fish, or you can use a spin rod and have just as good of a time. The important thing is that you get out there and do it. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. I'm Dave Embry.